Swifty's name is Craig, right?
There we go. Sorry, I'm doing
Hey.
mobile today, and this mobile stage experience is not great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not good.
All right. Do we got the notes pulled up yet? Send out the announcement and all the fun stuff. What day is today? September 19th. Heck yeah. So how's everyone's day been?
It's been alright, kinda slow.
Yeah, that's nice. I woke up super late today, which is okay, you know. Um, but it means I wasn't as prepared for this meeting as I wanted to be. How about you, Lynn?
My day is just getting started. It's 8 a.m. in PST, so
Rest in
um,
peace, bro.
this was a very reasonable time for EST, but as I've been going to sleep later and later with the deadlines approaching, it's been harder and harder to make 8 a.m. meetings.
Yeah, I see why.
Yeah.
I think we all just need to move to New York.
Sorry.
I think we all just need to move to New York so the time zones make more sense.
Oh man, not New York. We gotta be in SF, man. Yeah, there's no better place than SF for AI.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I heard you met Zach.
I did meet Zach. Yeah, I was at a meetup with like Gary Tan and Martin
Yeah.
Shrekley, and he and a bunch of the Build Space folks were there.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Welcome all. We're just waiting for things to kick off, waiting for some of the maintainers to get here, uh, and we'll get started on our meeting with all of our fun announcements and all the good stuff that's going on. Puts is going to be 10 minutes for late, right? We saw.
yeah, he's gonna be 10:15.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
All
We'll get
right, we
started.
have a sizable audience today.
Yeah. I was going to say we'll get started in about a minute.
Hey, you can't hear anyone.
You can't hear anyone?
We can hear you.
Uh, awesome.
Yo, anyone in the audience wanna plug anything? Throw it in the chat. If you have any questions, throw it in the chat. If you're excited about the hackathon, throw it in the chat. Scott's got the Reddit plugin. Good stuff.
Yeah, Scott's been working hard on that.
Yeah, I guess to get started quickly while we have a large audience, just one thing is that decently big announcement is that we've pushed the hackathon back to the 29th. And this is an announcement There's a message in the announcements channel. It wasn't adding everyone, just because I think at everyone gets annoying after a little bit. But yeah, it's been moved back to the 29th just to give us some more time to make sure all the features we need are stable and run smoothly, and then write tutorials for everyone because we can't provide personalized help for 4,000 people. Um, so it's still gonna be as good as it was. It also gives us some more time to get speakers and sponsors. So um, we're really excited to make that happen for everyone.
Yeah, on a side note there's 4,000 people. Isn't that insane?
Holy shit!
I'm really excited about that.
I would like to take the opportunity just to point out we have some Discord channels called Arena Hacks, and under the Arena Hacks chat there is a thread for beta testers. So if anybody would be like to or willing to try out our instructions we have so far and work with us to make sure we have a really good solid set of tutorials and instructions for everybody, that'd be a great help.
Please, and you'll get a contributor badge, and if you're really helpful catalyst, um, and yeah, we'd be happy to potentially provide a key if you're very helpful for an extended period of time. Um, so yeah.
Thanks, Bentley.
Regarding, I'll answer some hackathon related questions quickly. Sure, Sendu. This hackathon project use AutoGPT model or any AI model. You have to clone the AutoGPT repository, but you have to use the OpenAI model, any of the OpenAI models. Um, so that's the answer there. Otherwise, I think we can probably move on to the next item.
So I would say we are working on seeing if there's a way we can support other models than just OpenAI, though I wouldn't say that's guaranteed by any chance.
That'd be huge if we get Llama.
Actually,
Or, yeah, I saw the message.
do you mean to just say a few words on that, because I haven't even had a chance to tell the rest of the team really about it. Um, I have no idea how reliable or good the service is, but someone has put me on to a service called the name for it.
Together.
Together, thank you. Yeah, together.ai. And this provides API access on a cost of a per token basis, the same as OpenAI does, for other models as well. And so I'm going to try and test that out. And if I think it's going to work well, then maybe we'll be able to try out supporting that as well.
Is there interest from folks? Just curious. If you're in the audience and you'd like to use a llama model that's hosted and probably I would assume same price as OpenAI, if not a little bit cheaper for the smaller models.
Yeah.
Throw it in the chat. Let's see if people are keen to use llama. I sure am. I haven't had the chance to run it locally yet. I think it using llama probably opens up a lot of interesting fine tuning options. Like if you have 10 chained prompts together and you have a very specific prompt that needs to be like summarizing something or returning something in a very specific structure and doesn't require any like complex processing. I think llama's great for that, and you can fine tune it. Like I think that'd be interesting. Although I don't think we're allowing fine tuning for this hackathon, right?
Not unless it gets
I
easier to
think
share fine tunes. Right.
fine tune's difficult for us to test, so I don't think we can use it.
Yeah. So just to be clear, we can't actually use fine tunes in this hackathon at the current moment.
I think
Uh,
Tonic's saying Llama isn't that great, and he is correct in saying that GPT-4 is the best model out there. Though I reckon we can get a lot of performance out of Llama, especially when you consider that it's got Llama code as well, and the different size models, so we have different speed of responses. I think there's a lot of opportunity to do cool stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some interesting proposals for different speed responses for different types of things that I think Llama would be amazing for.
There's also been that recent really cool development for OpenAI yesterday with their Instruct model. Um, I saw on Twitter with their new Instruct model that it plays. I'm sure you guys have seen like ChatGPT hallucinating at chess and just absolutely sucking and not being able to do anything. I saw a Twitter thread where this guy got the newest model to play at 1800 elo, which is quite good.
Awesome. Do you want to go ahead and kick off the meeting now that we are well into it? I know kicking off is maybe not the right term, but
Yeah, I mean, if anyone has any other announcements, now would be the time to do so before we move on to like the short updates.
I just want to reiterate we're looking for beta testers for the hackathon tooling. Those of you who want to get involved, this is a great way to do so.
I've just messaged in the chat or remessaging Bentley's message, which is the link to the beta channel.
Nice. If you're interested in that, go and send a message in the chat. I know Wayne has been just if you have any concerns, just at Swifty, Wayne, me, or in Tyndall.
Yeah.
We can help you guys out. Scott also has a wonderful tutorial if you're trying to run like AutoGPT, like actual AutoGPT. So it's pinned in the help channel if you're interested in that. If there's no more announcements, we'll move on to short updates, starting with ops. I'm always a little bit confused by what's supposed to go in this section, but if anyone has ops updates.
Yeah, generally things that I do, I suppose. Been trying to meet some people, get some things handed out for the hackathons. Haven't made a ton of progress on that. So if there's anybody who you want to see at our hackathons, let me know. Any companies or people or anything like that. Got to start building those relationships.
Nice, good stuff. Hopefully, Cohere responds to us.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, we gave them our data, man. They gotta at least give us a bone in return.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, on the ops side, in terms of what I've been working on, I've invited a bunch of people here in SF to the hackathon, the in-person one, and yeah, Meta GPT is now sponsoring, so that's wonderful. So I've been talking to yeah, Meta GPT for they're going to be speaking at the virtual hackathon, and we'll be able to attract some of our more Eastern audience in China, which is great because I know a lot of the early contributors and stars were coming from the Chinese audience. So it's good. We're gonna have a global hackathon, and I guess an open call if you know any wonderful agent devs in San Francisco. Message me or Nick, and we may or may not have an interesting opportunity for those people.
Yeah, or people close to San Francisco, right?
Yes. Cool. Is there any more ops updates? Anything around partnerships? I know Craig was mentioning potentially partnering with Meta for the Llama models. I don't know if there's anything else there or anyone else has something to say. All right, in that case, let's move on to research. With research, just for context, AutoGPT has been working on a safety paper around our benchmark. So we have around 25,000 logs, and we've tried to figure out how can we actually catch potential malicious responses from a language model before anything actually happens. So if the agent is like, hey, go like delete your passwords folder, then in theory, what we're building could catch that and say, nope, that's not something, like, just prevent the action. So the submission deadline to ICLR, which is the conference we're trying to submit to, is on the 28th. It's very, very stretched for time because I'm still running experiments and there's 9 days left. But we have a pretty good direction. I ran a full Bayesian optimization, which took $50 on on GPT Turbo 16K, and I got some nifty results and interesting things in terms of, like, I was running an optimization on what variables are best for a prompt and lead to the best responses. I'll throw some stuff in the chat if you're at all interested. But to sum it up, things are going well, hopefully on track. I'm not sleeping much. Yeah. I don't think we have anything else to add on the research front. Once again, if anyone has questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, or just general comments. If you like Scott's setup, you can also throw that in the chat. He's got a good setup. Cool. Otherwise, let's move on to development. Kick it off to hand it to Craig, I think, for Forge and general documentation.
Yeah. So with the hackathon coming up, one of the things that I think is very important is that we have the overall flow for using the system worked out and tested. And so to that end, one of the big additions this week has been a CLI. So now if you check out the AutoGPT repo and you can type in /run, and it will run the CLI with all the different commands you need to interact with the agents and make your own agent. So, for example, there's a setup command, which will check whether you've got the tools you need installed on your system. And if it doesn't, I'm going to link you to documentation on how to install it rather than build a robust installer. Along with how to go and set up your GitHub access token. Then there's commands for creating an agent. So agent create and then your agent name, and that'll create you an agent based off the Forge. There's also commands for running the benchmark and for making your first entry into the arena for the hackathon, and that makes a PR for you. So as the next step along from just the CLI, I've added in a quick start file. This is, I wouldn't call it a tutorial, it's just like the commands you run, what order you run them in, and screenshots and how to do things. This is what I would like to go and get the most help from beta testers, is to try that out and tell me where it doesn't work so I can improve the quick start. Yeah, so then I think that's actually the bulk of it. The next thing's going to be coming up is tutorials on how to use the Forge. And so I'll start writing basic tutorials. I'll pick some of the benchmark tests and I just write a tutorial on how you write the code to pass that test. And hopefully I can expand it to include more advanced features. If anyone would like to help contribute to AutoGPT overall, let me know, because I'm sure I've got a few tasks that would be useful for everybody. such as adding more abilities to the forge. And that's really where I'm up to now with the preparations for the hackathon. Oh wait, no, the other big thing I need to mention is Hunter's been hard at work on the front end, and it's been coming along. I have added in the ability to build it and commit it into the master branch of AutoGPT. And then when you start up your Forge agent, it will serve up the front end. So now you'll start your agent and then you can go to localhost 8000 and you'll see the front end, which is, it's not finished yet, but it's progressing. And we are working on improving the benchmark system so it's going to work nicely with the front end. And so hopefully all that's going to be coming together over the next few days, along with more tutorials on how to actually do things in the Forge. That's me.
Amazing. Thank you, Craig. And I think we're working on tutorials with Lab. I haven't had the chance to check out the chat, but I think you've been corresponding with them as well to make sure we have good tutorials for everyone.
Yes, I have.
Cool. I think the next person I'll call on is Marwan. Talk about the benchmark and agent protocol and the other wonderful stuff you've been doing.
Okay, so what's interesting for people that I worked on is the fact that the benchmark is now only exclusively using the agent protocol to call agents. The reason why is because it's easier to benchmark when you use one language. So this agent protocol is a language for agents to communicate either to one another or to regular user. For example, a Flutter app is calling using the agent protocol. Okay, what does that mean for you? It means if you want to participate to the hackathon, I encourage you to either clone the Forge following the instructions that Craig has on the quick start.
For one,
Or
I think people are struggling to hear you a little bit.
Okay. Do I need to speak louder?
I think that's better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So, if you want to follow the agent protocol so that you can be benchmarked during the hackathon, the easiest way is to use the Forge, following the tutorial of Craig. Really want and you already have agents, we encourage you to use the testing suite that makes sure that you comply. The best compliance test is whether you're able to pass the first test of AG benchmark or benchmark testing suite. So this is it for me regarding the benchmark and the agent protocol.
Wonderful. Thank you, Wayne. Just a reminder to everyone who is participating in the hackathon, you must implement the agent protocol if you want to participate. It's a requirement both so that we can actually test your agent afterwards, technically, and also it's a good thing for you. I mean, that means you integrate with the UI, which allows you to easily run the benchmark, and obviously the benchmark you integrate with the benchmark. So it is, again, it is a standard set by, not by us. There is a foundation being created similar to the Linux Foundation to set standards for the AI agents in the field. So we're just leveraging standards. And as Merwan said, the best way to do it is to clone the Forge. Otherwise, there is a Python SDK that you can use to make sure that your agent does comply with the agent protocol. Can you throw the link in the chat for that, number one? Perfect. Next person I'll call on is Nick.
Awesome. I'm gonna give Puts his updates for him, just because he's a little busy right now. But over the past week, he's done a whole bunch. He migrated AutoGPT to Poetry. He's working on our config management and state management, as well as making plans for a couple of tours around the U.S. for meetups. He's got a little document prepared for that I'll let him share out when he gets here a little later. But it's just hey, he's going to be in all these cities. If you want to say hi, say hi. scheduling little AutoGPT meetups, as well as he's currently waiting on integrating the result table into the AG benchmark CLI. However, he is going to be working on, and he's working on our actual AutoGPT agent right now, just to be clear. He's going to be working on the agent protocol support, browser interaction, multi-agent world workings of the world, support for different thought processes, skills and learning, such as generating, storing, and iterating on skills, dynamic tool acquisition, and execution of background processes. That's what Puts is going to be working on. I have been working on the leaderboard for our hackathon. It currently looks like trash because I'm no UI designer, but it is functional. It'll allow you to upload your results whenever you run your benchmark, compare with your friends, search and sort, and generally do all the good stuff to see if you're winning. Pretty simple.
Amazing. Thank you, Nick. Should we
Yep.
throw the link in the chat just because the link's gonna stay the same?
My link isn't going to stay the same.
Oh, okay. I thought we had
Uh,
like a AGPT leaderboard.
It's not
That
complete
was.
yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I can send you the link, but you're not going to go anywhere unless Torrent
Cool.
fixes it this morning.
Alright, makes sense.
Cool.
Does anyone else want to give a dev update? Maybe Scott. I know you've been working hard on the plugin.
Yeah, plugin's
Or-
going good. We've got it. I've got it to a certain point where basically all the truncation is there and everything. And it looks like it's going to be able to interact and have context. I actually had a situation where someone had replied and they had asked the bot to join the Discord. The bot replied that it couldn't, and they were like, "Okay, well, at least check out my GitHub." And they gave a GitHub link, and the bot went to the GitHub link and looked at it, and then attempted to reply with context. But it being a new account, it was rate limited, so it couldn't actually reply. But it was very impressive how it was able to like follow that chain, and it's a good demonstration of like a good use case for AutoGPT right now.
Amazing. That's great work you've been doing. Do you want to throw a link in the chat for the plugin to people to see what you've been working on? I'll leave the floor open to Hall AI or Bentley if either of you guys have a dev update as well.
When can you turn off your camera so we can pull media up as well?
Nice, perfect. Thank you for that. Yeah, I feel like I give you a shout out every week, but it's good stuff you're doing, Bentley. It's a big deal to manage the community that we have, and you've been great to make sure things are running smoothly for the hackathon.
I've been trying out the Discord bot, and it's really great. I love it.
Amazing. Let's move on to documentation. I think we've already covered this. Craig did mention he's there's a quick start guide now that Wayne threw the link in the chat, along with some other guides that we're working on, and lab tutorials will be up before the hackathon, just to make things easier for everyone and be able to have like a quick start. Yeah. Does anyone have anything to add there in terms of documentation?
We're always looking for help.
And I guess that ties perfectly into collaboration. Yeah, again, as mentioned, yeah, help would be great. Beta testers would be great. Message, me, Scott, Wayne, Nick, Craig, um, yeah, any of us in this call really. Um, so yeah. Visibility. This is another one of those sections that I'm like kind of confused about what's supposed to go here. But wait, Nick, you're muted.
Rest in absolute peace. The goal is to raise awareness of certain things that have been worked on that may not be very public. Stuff like Scott's Reddit plugin, right, where it's not necessarily in the main plugin, but we've given that a lot of visibility already. And then also talking about community projects. But I don't know if there's a ton of community projects this week, unless I'm wrong.
Is media here? Or he might have had to run.
He had a dip. I was going to ask for an update from him during this section. Or no, he's still here. He just isn't on stage.
Send another request, media. And Bentley, can you accept it? I can't accept the request.
I think we sent him a request. There we go. All right, he's here.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going well. How are you?
Awesome. Just listening in today, catching up with
Okay,
everything.
perfect. No updates?
Yeah, I just we have that agent protocol integration for the artifacts part that we didn't know we had to have that integrated. So we will be working on that yeah, this week, hopefully to get those benchmarks running.
Awesome. Looking
Yep.
forward to it.
Great.
And then on to facilities. Wayne is in our new office, and by new office, I mean we've moved into the CeeLo office. Solo. But yeah, we don't have a facility yet.
One day, man. One day.
Someday.
We got
All
a
right.
discussion here.
Yeah, we got a couple discussions to have. I don't know who added this, but whoever added this discussion, it'd be helpful for you to bring it up. Because I don't have the context.
I didn't. So I believe Poots changed this week AutoGPT from using requirements.txt to using poetry. So I don't know if he's updated the documentation yet to explain how to install with poetry. No, I've not fixed it, but I think a lot of people there are working off the stable branch of AutoGPT, which doesn't work anymore because Agent Protocol has been deleted. From Pipeline, not by us. However, I don't think it actually uses Agent Protocol, so maybe I have to just remove it from the requirements.txt.
Cool. Should we move on to I don't know if we have anything for release review. I reckon we just move on to team inventory. Um, Nick, you're muted once again.
I want to congratulate Scott for getting promoted to the maintainer level. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
You did it.
Thank you.
And then we've also created an alumnus role for some people who are no longer active as a maintainer, but we'd love to keep around in the community. So you may, well, none of y'all will, because if you're active, you won't have it happen. But you may notice some people's roles change as we cycle some people out who have stepped away from the project for X, Y, or Z reason, or who are just too busy. We keep pinging people, and that's kind of frustrating for them, I bet, getting 1,000 notifications that you're never going to look at. Cool. Now is our time for questions. Unless anybody else has other team inventory changes. Perfect. Let's take some questions. Anybody have any questions in the chat? I haven't followed lately with the news. Do we get memory yet? No. Foods is working on it. I feel like that's my question answer every time. Any talks on reflection? Yeah, never said that word out loud. Implementations. Silent, do you know about that?
What's the question?
Any talks on reflection implementations? REFLEXION, Reflexion?
Oh, Reflexion. Isn't that what the base response model of AutoGPT is based off of? Like, isn't Reflexion just like thoughts, like reactions, thoughts, reactions? I think the like AutoGPT built off of that paper from the start.
Cool. Any other questions?
Is anyone in the audience winning the 15K? Is this person here right now?
There's a solid chance.
No one's going to be so bold as to say yes yet.
Awesome. And then I guess anybody on the team have any discussions or questions that they want to discuss while we wait? Anything left? If not, I do. And that is, who would you want to see as a sponsor? Like crazy, fun, or whatever. I think it'd be fun to see like Zapier as a sponsor because I want my agent to be able to do all that stuff. I don't know how that'd work, or if this then that is a different one. Red Bull. So that's the kind of things we're looking for here. Competitive. I'm gonna put down the Red Bull contact. On God.
We're gonna have flying agents.
I've had Red Bulls come to hackathons before, actually. They give out drinks and stuff.
Hey, thank you, Kodiak. That means a lot, man.
That means a ton. Appreciate it. Cool. So I've also like thought about maybe Zapier or if this then that. Any other ones y'all want to see that would just be crazy to you? Red Bull's a great example. maybe Wolfram Alpha. I don't know if that would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. There's another bit of a niche one, but Browse AI. Browse AI would be interesting.
Yeah. I'm writing all these down, taking my notes. Okay, cool. I don't have anything else. Unless y'all got anything else? And
Chip
if not,
says N89. Assuming
an
that's
automation workflow tool. Yeah.
yeah.
This is kind of things I like. It's got 33,000 stars on GitHub.
There's also UiPath. UiPath is another one of the RPA tools that would be cool to have.
Oh, they rebranded it AI powered. That's fun.
Everyone is rebranded to AI powered these days.
Yeah, they used to sponsor a bunch of hackathons. I don't know if they still do. Um,
But yeah, I think we can wrap. Otherwise, I don't see any new questions, and I think we've covered everything we needed to. So, thank you everyone
Here.
for your time this morning. Or Scott, you want to say something?
I was just saying, Putz just got here. I don't know if he has anything to add.
yeah, let's drag him up here.
Inputs. We've covered. Like Nick has covered briefly what you're working on. There's been a memory question that Nick has answered, and we've mentioned the tour around the U.S. So if there's anything you want to add or just summarize, yeah.
We can't hear you.
There we go. This should be working, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Did you share the link of that survey?
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna add one more question to that survey, and then we'll share. It's more like a poll, because we were interested in organizing meetups, just of like-minded people, builders, regarding building agents, working with AI, doing it safely, anything regarding what we're doing, because it's all interesting to discuss. And even if we're not there personally, of course, we would be happy to kind of facilitate and bring people together in a certain location. So keep an eye out for that. Fill it in if you're interested, and who knows, there will be a meetup in wherever you live. I'm getting one question about reflection. Reflection was a paper that came out a while ago. It's basically a framework, a prompting framework, or strategy more so, that will take an action, turn it into an observation, and then figure out, okay, how does this observation relate to the original intent? Apply reflection, and then figure out if we need to change the strategy or something. And that seemed to really improve the performance of GPT-4, they said. I didn't read the entire paper. Basically, AutoGPT does do some kind of reflection, but not that elaborate, because, well, currently it's all in one prompt. So if something goes wrong, we do try to provide a descriptive error message that says, okay, this went wrong, this didn't work, don't try to do this again. But a better, probably a more performant approach would be to divide it into multiple steps of executing and then evaluating the results separately, and then going back to a planner and saying, okay, this didn't go as planned. What are we going to do now? This is in the pipeline, but so are 20 other things. So this will be there in, well, I think if all goes well, it'll be in AutoGPT in about 2 weeks. But that's all I dare to say about that.
Coolio.
Cool. If there's no more
So Prometheus, I don't know because that paper is still my reading list. But thanks for the reminder. I'll shift it up a notch, reprioritize, because I do know it's a really interesting paper. Out of the hordes of papers that are out there, this is one of the interesting ones, but I haven't read it yet.
Cool. All right. I think we're good to adjourn. Thank you everyone for coming. And same time, same place next week. We'll be here. Join us, and that'll be like 2 days before the hackathon kicks off. So we'll likely have tutorials by then, and things will be in a more stable state. So come through, ask questions, and we'll see you then. Have a good day, everyone. Good night.
Thank you all.